from the station working for you. This is WRTV News at 11, streaming now.
We are watching the radar and the roads on this final day of January. Although snow is moving out, dozens of schools are delayed tomorrow. Thanks for joining us here at 11 o'clock. I'm Nicole Griffin. WRTV meteorologist Kyle Mounds joins us now, helping you prepare for the day ahead. Kyle.
Yeah, Nicole, we still have a little bit of snow out there, but you can see on radar that the coverage has started to decrease here a little bit. Still some of those bands of some moderate snow sneaking their way into northern Hamilton and Madison counties here. So we'll be sliding through Noblesville and Anderson. A few of those pockets of snow around Greenfield and also down into Rush County and Newcastle there as well. Temperatures, they've been continuing to fall here below the freezing mark, so that's allowed especially some of those untreated surfaces to get snow covered once again. And as we go through tonight, I think additional accumulations will be less than an inch. Most areas probably less than a half an inch of additional snowfall. Those temperatures, though, will be falling into the 20s, so that means that snow's going to get a little crunchy out there, but also could create some slick spots, certainly anything like the sidewalk. The treated roads should be in pretty good shape. As we go into tomorrow morning, good news is we kind of get rid of the falling snow. We'll have cloudy skies around, though, and temperatures in the 20s. Wind chills, though, will start in the teens. But we are going to talk about an Arctic blast of air not too far away in that 7-day forecast.
Kyle, thank you. It's unclear if weather conditions played a role in a crash that caused serious injuries on the south side. It happened around 6:30 this evening at East Hannah Avenue and Aurora Street near the University of Indianapolis. We'll bring you updates if we learn new information. Police are asking anyone with evidence or information to come forward as they investigate an incident that led to a fatal shooting in Carmel. Officers were called to West Main Street near Spring Mill Road around 11:30 this morning on reports of a man threatening to harm himself. When they arrived, officers could see and hear someone shooting out of a home. Police evacuated residents in the immediate area. They say the suspect continued to fire shots, hitting multiple cars, including a police vehicle. Investigators say he then raised a high-powered rifle toward officers, so they shot him. He was taken to the hospital where he died.
It's a dangerous situation, but we train very vigorously in active threats, firearms. We do a lot of training. So when the time comes, we're not insulated from this. Something like this can happen anywhere. And we take great pride in being prepared for these types of incidents. We train very hard in order to address these safely and to keep our citizens safe.
Anyone with information that could help with the investigation is asked to call police at 317-571-2580. The Fishers Police Department is handling the case. Now to the latest on the pandemic in Indiana. The State Department of Health is reporting 5 new deaths, bringing the total to nearly 9,600 people. The latest update shows 1,750 new positive cases of the virus, and hospitalizations continue to improve. As of yesterday, there were 1,584 COVID hospital patients statewide. That's less than half the peak numbers in late November and early December. Starting tomorrow, crowd restrictions will be eased across most of Indiana. If a county's COVID risk is at red or orange level, capacity at social gatherings and events can be up to 25%. If a county's risk level is yellow, capacity can reach 50%. 100% capacity is possible if a county is in blue, which none are at this time. Social distancing, masks, and other safety precautions are still required. Counties, cities, and towns can still make their guidelines more strict. That has been the case here in Marion County throughout the pandemic. Countless Hoosiers continue to encounter problems when it comes to collecting their unemployment. Tonight, WRTV's Nikki Dementri is finding out how the frustrating issue is impacting families. She spoke to a Cicero mother who says a simple mistake on a weekly voucher has left her without benefits since late summer.
It is definitely an adjustment.
Keep filing and wait. That's what Linda Cummings says she's been doing for months after she stopped receiving unemployment benefits in September.
When you worked so hard to get where you were, and then Everything is gone.
The Cicero mom of 4 filed originally back in the spring after she was laid off from her job at a call center. Things, Cummings says, went smoothly until she says she accidentally checked off she receives disability on a weekly voucher in September. Cummings says she immediately reached out to explain the mistake, but she says the DWD told her to keep filing her vouchers and wait.
She was like, well, the only thing you can do is wait for a claims investigator to call. They called mid-October. And on that voicemail she left me said that she needed to hear back from me within 24 to 48 hours or it was automatically denied. I left a message with someone. I never heard anything.
In late October, Cummings says she sent an appeal, but it wasn't until December the DWD acknowledged that appeal.
It's just a sad situation overall. And I know I am not the worst off by any means. It's just frustrating. Such a simple mistake. And here we are.
Now, Cummings says her savings are gone. This week, her husband started another job after his seasonal layoff. As she continues to wait, she says she's frustrated as to why the process isn't simpler.
Next, solid anything coming in is February 19th.
What do you do until February 19th?
Anything? Everything?
WRTV reached out to the State Department of Workforce Development for comment on Cummings' situation, but was told by a spokesperson they won't comment due to privacy concerns. When asked for any information to pass along to folks who believe they may have made a simple mistake like Cummings, the spokesperson pointed us to this webpage. One of the only relevant answers to the original question on this page is about filing weekly vouchers.
I can't. I get it. I understand. I have to wait my turn. There's a line. I get it. But what's the point if by the time you get to me, I have nothing left?
Working for you, Nikki Dementry, WRTV.
Nikki, thank you. Cummings tells WRTV she applied for pandemic unemployment assistance after DWD advised her to do so this week, but her claim was denied. She continues to wait to hear more about an appeal date. A vote tomorrow could determine whether people in Marion County get additional help paying rent. The Indianapolis City County Council is introducing a proposal to deploy nearly $29 million in rental assistance. We'll let you know what happens. President Biden is inviting a handful of senators, including Indiana Senator Todd Young, to the White House to discuss a COVID relief bill. This comes after the senators sent a letter requesting a meeting. ABC's Zoreen Shaw has the latest tonight from Washington.
The debate over President Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief package continues in Washington. The president had hoped for bipartisan support, but on Friday, seeming to indicate he's willing to move ahead without it.
The COVID relief has to pass. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
10 GOP senators have sent a letter to the White House asking for a meeting to discuss a compromise. The GOP's proposal is about a third of what Biden is calling for.
With regard to the direct payments, we think they should be much more targeted. $50,000 cap for individuals, as an example, $100,000 for a family.
But Senator Bernie Sanders believes Democrats can get it done, even without bipartisan support.
Hard for me to imagine any Democrat who doesn't understand the need to go forward right now in an aggressive way to protect the working families.
Meanwhile, the push to get Americans vaccinated continues. Many waiting in line for hours. Others struggling to get an appointment.
I have never, ever gone through anything like this.
Some say these challenges with the vaccine rollout are not surprising.
Our public health system has been underfunded for decades. And the idea that the public health system can stand up that quickly to do something on this scale is something that just can't happen.
West Virginia's rollout of the vaccine considered a success, helped by the logistics capabilities of the National Guard. As vials of the vaccines arrive in the state, within hours they are sent to local drugstores and health clinics.
We had to take the vaccines to the people rather than bring the people to the vaccine.
Zoreen Shaw, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Tomorrow, the Hamilton County Health Department will move its vaccine clinic into a larger building in anticipation of receiving more doses in the coming weeks. The clinic will move from the annex building to the exhibition hall at the 4-H Fairgrounds in Noblesville, which is 6 times bigger. Signs will be displayed to help people get to the right place. Officials say Hamilton County was originally allotted 800 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine per week. They expect that number to double by mid-February. Coming up, the all-star event that's putting talented local artists in the spotlight. And the nursing home industry is dealing with major staffing shortages. Why advocates say funding is needed to keep caregivers on the job. Kyle.
The snow is winding down, but that breeze is going to stay with us tomorrow out of the north, gusting around 20 to 25 miles per hour. We'll talk about the cold, the way it's going to feel, and how you're going to need to dress for that. You're watching WRTV News at 11.
Only at Ashley Home Store. From the station working for you, this is WRTV News at 11, streaming now.
Parts of the East Coast are a winter wonderland tonight, and more snow is on the way. People in the Northeast are bracing for a storm that could drop more than a foot of snow in some areas. ABC's Andrew Dimbert reports the storm is already impacting travel, schools, and even COVID-19 vaccine appointments.
Cities all along the Northeast are preparing for what could be the biggest snowstorm in years.
Putting everyone on alert, please make, to the maximum extent you humanly can, make alternative plans for Monday right now.
New York City Public Schools switching to remote learning for Monday. All vaccination appointments will be rescheduled. Road crews getting ready. The city has 270,000 tons of salt on hand.
And so we really strongly encourage everyone, please stay at home tomorrow if you don't have to go out.
A state of emergency declared in New Jersey, and snow emergencies in effect Sunday night in Philadelphia and the Poconos. In Washington, D.C., snow plows are working to clear roads as the city sees its first significant snowfall in nearly 2 years. The storm wreaking havoc on travel, more than 900 flights canceled already. More than 250 crashes reported in Virginia. This fire truck flipped over on a slippery road. Luckily, no serious injuries. The storm made its way across the country over the weekend, walloping parts of the Midwest, with some areas buried underneath nearly a foot of snow.
Winter has finally arrived.
Whiteout conditions in Chicago, Lake Michigan covered in ice.
Where the land ends and the lake begins.
Forecasters are warning of treacherous conditions throughout much of the Northeast into Tuesday, with some areas seeing a total accumulation of as much as 20 inches. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, Washington.
We were spared those kind of totals, but we did have 8 inches of snow that fell in the Logansport area, and you can see this storm system coming together. Part of our snowmaker is going to move there into the Northeast. Right now, our snow actually decreasing in coverage here a little bit. We got just a few snow showers left over. Moderate band of some snow, though, that's making its way through portions of Hamilton and Madison counties. May drift its way through Indianapolis here over about the next hour and a half or so. As we look at the snowfall, it continues to add up a little bit here for us. We're now over 10 inches of snow, counting while we've had a little bit this evening, and there's that seasonal average. Still running a little behind schedule, but we may add up to that here a little bit as we go forward, but not really expecting much additional snow as we go into tonight. There we see a snowy scene in the Bloomington area with 29 on the thermometer. Same for you in Kokomo, and it's 30 right now in Indianapolis. Tonight, those temperatures will be dropping back into the middle 20s, so it's going to be a little bit colder out there. 26 in Indy and 27 in Muncie, so I do think we may have a few more slick conditions out there, especially on the sidewalks, than what we had this morning, because those temperatures were actually above freezing as we started off our Sunday. Monday, we look at TrueCast. Not going to see a whole lot in the way of activity out there. A few flurries, an isolated snow shower, but accumulations aren't expected here. We are going to keep those clouds in place. So a fairly gray day and a cold day of weather for us. As we check out temperatures, they will pretty much be stuck in the 20s throughout the day. We might hit 30 for an afternoon high. It is never going to feel that warm, though, as we check out that north wind around 15 miles per hour with some higher gusts. A look at the wind chills. Definitely going to need to layer up here, as we'll have wind chills tomorrow morning in the teens, maybe some single digits out there. As we go into the mid-morning and early afternoon, still only going to feel about 18 for your lunch hour tomorrow, so we'll keep that chill going right into the afternoon. Might feel like 20 at its warmest. Weather's going to be pretty quiet here next couple of days. That does change, though, as we get into Thursday. Next weather system that will roll in here and bring us a chance for rain, maybe a little bit of snow on the back side of that. Right now, doesn't look like a big deal as far as snow accumulation. 7-day planning forecast. Things quiet the next couple of days with those highs in the 30s. Briefly warmer on Thursday as that rain moves in, a high of 42. But check out next weekend. The temperatures fall, and it looks like we have a high of 20 on Sunday, possibly only the teens next week.
Gonna be cold. Thank you, Kyle. One of Indianapolis's premier cultural events is moving virtual this year. Meet the Artists is a chance to celebrate local Black artists. And this year's showcase promotes the theme All-Star and highlights the work of those who work in a variety of different mediums. The theme pays tribute to the NBA All-Star game that was scheduled to be in Indy this year, but was rescheduled to 2024 due to COVID-19. We talked to two of the artists who have their work featured this year.
I'm hoping this is not the pinnacle. I want to just shoot through the roof with this. And I hope, hope through this somebody sees me and hey, want to hire you. And that would mean everything to me.
It's a big deal for me because it's something that I've always wanted to be part of. And I know it's one of those things that is by invite only. So to be reached out by the creator of Meet the Artists was something that was exciting and made me feel good about my work and that what I'm doing is making an impact on the community.
Keep an eye out on the Indy Public Library Facebook page for live streams and videos where you can learn more about the artists and how living in Indianapolis impacts their artwork, how the coronavirus has also changed them as artists and authors. Tomorrow is February 1st, and throughout the month, you are encouraged to climb stairs for a good cause. The annual Bop to the Top event at the One America Tower is virtual this year due to COVID. Instead of climbing the stairs at the tower, participants are asked to climb as many stairs as they want for as many minutes or run or walk a 5K. The money goes to benefit families like Luke Jackson's through the Riley Children's Foundation. Luke was diagnosed with Crohn's disease in first grade, spent a week at Riley, and now goes back several times a year for treatment.
Mainly because without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I might be in the hospital right now. I wouldn't be here. I don't know where I would be without them.
Just trying to get that message out there that there's a lot of people that have these invisible illnesses that you can't see from the outside, but that doesn't mean that someone's not fighting a battle within. We really emphasize the importance of kindness.
Well, Luke is able to play lacrosse and attend school in person. He also attends events like the Dance Marathon to share his story, give back to Riley. You can register for Bop to the Top at tuxbro.com. Now to a sign of hope for the local economy, a new business plans to open in downtown Indianapolis this year. Green District is a fast casual salad restaurant. Soon you can check it out at 28 Monument Circle. I spoke to one of the owners of the fast growing chain about the decision to expand during this difficult time.
And this is by no means over at all. But what we want to do is cement ourselves in the places that is going to grow, that are going to come back. So again, whether that's this year, whether that's next year, Green District is going to be ready to really hone the market. We want to be the place, and everyone's aware of that. Green District has the best salads. We have the best food, the healthy options, and we're just a cool brand and lifestyle.
Green District currently operates a franchised location at the Shops at Perry Crossing in Plainfield. The downtown location is expected to open in late spring or early summer. You still have time to support local restaurants while getting great deals. This is the last week for Devour Indy Winterfest. Dine-in and carry-out options are available. Devour Indy is supporting the Indiana Hospitality Relief Fund, which gives back to employees in the hospitality industry who need financial assistance during the pandemic. Many people have turned to pets for comfort during the pandemic, but taking care of a furry friend can be expensive, especially for many Americans who now find themselves out of work. Scripps reporter Maya Rodriguez shows there are groups making sure no owner or pet goes hungry.
On a cold winter morning, a line starts to form in the hopes of getting food, not for themselves, but for their furry friends. Good girl. This line isn't for a food pantry, it's for a pet pantry.
Everybody on my block got a dog, and everybody really got a cat.
This is one of the weekly mobile pet pantries run by the Humane Rescue Alliance in Washington, D.C. Lisa Damiano is coordinating it.
And we provide free pet food for cats and dogs, and anything else that we have donated to us in terms of treats, toys, cat litter, etc.
Pet pantries are not new and are located in communities across the country. But what is new is the level of demand.
So it's definitely been an increase in need.
An explosive growth since the economy took a tumble from the coronavirus. For the Humane Rescue Alliance alone, the numbers are startling. For comparison, in November of 2019, the Pet Pantry handed out 2,900 pounds of pet food. But this past November in 2020, that number more than doubled to 6,000 pounds. And just since the pandemic began, they've handed out a whopping 296,000 pet meals.
There have been clients that have said that they've gone hungry or have not bought their own food in order to provide for their pets. So these programs they're very important, often overlooked, but very important.
Got a bag of cat litter right here. You see the cat litter? Bag of cat litter.
Christine Parker waited in line for her sister, who is homebound with a cat.
So my sister can't come out to get the food, so I comes out for her because she can't do it. It's very expensive. I try to help her when I can help her, but when we can't, we come here.
Those running the pet pantry say they hope the food assistance helps owners hold on to their pets.
We've seen an increase, not in the district, but there has been an increase in animals being given up or abandoned because people couldn't care for them.
A fate everyone here wants to avoid, especially the four-legged ones. In Washington, I'm Maya Rodriguez.
Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
WRTV's Hiring Hoosiers initiative is dedicated to connecting you to career opportunities. The e-commerce company XPO Logistics is holding a job fair this week. More than 150 positions are available at XPO's facility in Lebanon. The hiring event is Tuesday from 10 to 4 at 135 South Mount Zion Road in Lebanon. For more information, just go to our website, hiringhoosiers.com. One industry is dealing with staffing shortages, adding another challenge to providing care during the pandemic. More than 3,000 nursing homes had a shortage of nurses or other direct care staff last month. That's according to an analysis of government data by the organizations U.S. Purge Education Fund and Frontier Group. They found shortages of aides were the most widespread problem in December. That affected 20% of nursing homes across the country, up from 17% in May. Nursing shortages were nearly as bad, affecting 18% of nursing homes in December, up from 15% in May.
Nursing homes had staffing shortage issues even before the pandemic. So I don't know how widely known that was, but certainly then once the pandemic started, everything just got a lot worse.
The nonprofit Center for Medicare Advocacy reviewed 4 recent studies. It found nursing facilities that have more nurses are more successful in containing coronavirus cases and deaths among residents. The Industry Association for Nursing Homes says it needs more money to address the staffing shortages.
Clearly, people cost money. That's number one. They need to be able to pay more overtime to the workers who are able to, the ones who don't have childcare issues or other family obligations. They need to be able to hire temporary staff. In a lot of cases, independent contractors cost more than a regular employee.
The latest proposal for the stimulus includes more money for PPE, testing, and vaccines, but we do not know how much nursing homes and long-term care facilities would receive. We'll be right back after this break.
Liberty, liberty.
Still some snow showers out there, bursts of some moderate snow moving through Hamilton County, Hancock County as well, but light accumulations. We do have 70 school delays and some closings. You can check that full list on the app and WRTV.com.
All right, Kyle, thank you. And thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Good Morning Indiana starts at 4:30. Have a great night.